Let's go. Let's go. What's up, everybody? It's Crypto Oki. All right, let's check out. I guess we'll just go to the lower time frame, 4 hour, just because I wanted to see this. I think if we break below 46, we're going to be heading lower here. So in the short term, I'm seeing us going lower. I've already had to kind of move this line once. We'll hit a red 2 below a red 1 here. So what could we be looking at? I think we could be looking at about $1.50 move. $1.55. So yeah, I think we're going to just below 45. So we'll say somewhere in the $44 range, which would be fine for me. Maybe just a little wick touch on the 200, the 200 4-hour, 200 period moving average on the 4-hour. So yeah, that'd be fine. I mean, could go further, of course. That's kind of the initial target. It's going to be right there at the $44, $45 range. And then we'll kind of go from there. I guess this kind of let's go to the daily. It would kind of invalidate the, depending on where it closes, because we could wick down and come back up, of course, but it would kind of invalidate this inverse head and shoulder that I had a target of 1650. So yeah, my target to the upside was, just over $52, which we still have time. The stock market opens in 45 minutes. So yeah, that 52, if we can somehow hold this structure and go higher, I think 52 is kind of my initial target on the upside. On the low side, we're looking at $44, $45. But then if we hit that, I mean, I think we will come lower, with hopefully the ultimate, on the the worst case scenario being $38, $39. But we really want that to hold. We really don't want to get another touch down to the downside. Yeah, we'll just work a little backwards here. Here's what I'm seeing on the order book. The good news is we're seeing green. It has, when we see the green, it kind of moves higher. But of course, when we see red, it indicates selling and kind of rolls over. So it'd be nice to get more of this, or just to ignore the red. So let's see if we can get above, $48 and go higher. But this is looking pretty. It's looking like it wants to roll over. And I think if we hit 46, we will go lower pretty quickly. And how low, I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this rolls over today. At some point, we're going to tag that 45. And hopefully we wick back up. But that's what I'm seeing. Because we could break this today. But it would just be, it might happen soon too. But we could get another doji even if it does wick down. I wouldn't want it to go too much further. That wick, just like this wick, isn't too much further. It's really much further. I mean, it's 0.5%. So if we think 0.5%, I mean, we don't want it to go. I mean, we're already 46 is 0.5%. So let's see if this level holds. I doubt it, but So I think we're in some sort of pullback, but that'd be fine. I love this cluster of touches. So whatever pullback, I think the next attempt to break this wedge um, could 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 be it. So yeah, I like when it has a cluster like this. And if you think about it, I mean, we've kind of gone up for a month now in a way. Um, so if we kind of come back into this 44 range and then break it next time, it'll have more momentum. And then we need to see a green day, a big volume. So that's what we're looking for. Weekly, also looking for a green two, or I'd be fine with us just pulling back, half of this candle, kind of maybe Saturday or Sunday, kind of closing back up in this area, and then next week holding the lows of this week and going higher. That'd be fine as well. And then if we let's do the 20. Every week this smooths out, as you can see, and that'll be a good sign. So there's that. Let's just go ahead and look at it. Litecoin versus the pairs. We'll kind of do it in reverse. Yeah, you can kind of see here we're getting. Yeah, I think it's gonna hold somewhere, but I do think we're going down, um, which is fine. Yeah, let's hold this line somehow. All right, we'll just go kind of in random order. Litecoin XRP, we had the pullback, got the support from the kind of cluster of moving averages, and kind of bouncing above it. So this is nice for the most part. We'll just look at Litecoin dominance. It was looking pretty good yesterday. I might start to look at this one a little bit more. It's still looking all right. Litecoin, Bitcoin, still got this kind of cup pattern that I'm liking. Yeah, as long as we keep this structure, I kind of like the longer it goes, the better. In a way, this will kind of smooth out, and if you could think of this in a week or two, or in a week, yeah, this thing's going to be all in line. So everything's lining up. We just need a big green day with volume. That's literally what we're looking on, and then all in. ETH, again, not as great, but below the moving average clusters. But we could get above that. That'd be nice. I think that's that. Let's check out Bitcoin dominance chart. There it is, that 200 in line with the trend line. That is all the way dating back to January of 2022. So how long is that exactly? 238 weeks. So was it 4 years, going on 5 years now? 4.5 year trend line. This is huge. If we break below this, it's going to be alt season finally. Yeah, we kind of didn't. The last bull market was a year without alt season, so it will make up for it. And I'm hoping Litecoin is the dino that resurfaces. ETH BTC, yep, just in between those wedge, just in between that 200 and the downward channel breakout. So that's looking all right. Um, there. that's pretty much it. Let's check out the order book for the rest of the market. Um, Bitcoin's looking all right. Could be better, but nothing dangerous here. ETH BTC is looking fine. The ETH one has started to look a little better. Um, so ETH could rise. This could be what we were, people were taking profit on some of those resistance, and now um, this thing could turn up. So ETH might be interesting here. Let's see what kind of follow through it gets. Litecoin, Bitcoin, all right. There's that Litecoin USD. I do expect this thing to fall over, and then hopefully we get some green buying, kind of like these, and turn around, and then come down, retest it a few times, and then break higher. Because yeah, if we break lower and then we somehow come back above it, that's going to be our sign that everything's all right. So it's a kind of a nice time to be in crypto. You're just kind of waiting, but I think it's time to be ready, because crypto can do crazy moves, and it can leave you in the dust if you don't have your orders set or something. So it's XRP. Yeah, I'm not seeing much out of XRP and XLM. So yep. So there it is. Yeah, hopefully whatever happens today, great to be another doji. But if we do fall, let's see if we can rally back up this weekend. That might be it, because the stock market might take us down this weekend or today. And that's kind of what happened yesterday, actually, is um, during the day, it's kind of hard on my time frames, right? But during the day it went down, and then after the stock market closed, or kind of towards the afternoon, it rallied, and it looks like it's dumping into the stock market, and that it might rally later today or over the weekend when the market's closed. That would make sense to me. So yeah, I can see and if you're looking at some of these other ones, they have kind of kind of not rolled over, but look at that, that's lower. So I think we're gonna go. And if you think about it, Litecoin's holding up pretty well there, even though it's not having a great day. But um, yeah, so let's see what happens. Market looks like it wants to go down. Take crypto with it, and then let's have a rebound this weekend. Let's look at the order. Yeah. All right.